Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. 2018 has been a wild roller coaster. An emotional series of waves up and down. And unfortunately, after getting a few hours of happiness watching Hurricane Lane go west, she has now kind of stopped and is doing that jogging knuckleball thing that I've been talking about. And so models have now come out with reports by Jesse Farrell at AccuWeather saying one forecast model is now calling for 50 to 60 inches of rain with Hurricane Lane in Hawaii. As I have been noting, if the core of the hurricane goes over the islands or if it stalls for too long, it's going to pour a large amount of rain onto the islands. Levi Cowan from Tropical Tidbits notes heavy rains from Hurricane Lane are overspreading the eastern Hawaiian Islands. Flash flood warnings have already been issued for parts of the Big Island. Lane is still 230 miles away. Dangerous weather will impact the islands regardless of exactly how close the eye passes. So, I'm going to need everybody in America to put down their political swords, grab your shields, say some prayers for Hawaii, and have, of course, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, the National Guard, the Army, ready to help, because it looks like it could get bad. There's still a chance she could move, so any prayers or songs or chants from anyone will help. This is brought to us by Bobby Storm. Incredible to watch. Just before sunset, the eye of the hurricane. And so we also have China and Japan and South Korea getting hit by 2 typhoons. So we are technically in a 3 hurricane landfall period. No, I get it that typhoons and hurricanes are called hurricanes, but that's the exact same thing. So we have a 3 landfall day today. And the majority of people are arguing about politics, which is asinine. You've been arguing about politics for 2 years. Nothing has changed. So we're looking at Typhoon Cimarron and Typhoon Solek hitting Japan, South Korea, and then into China. They already have super amounts of flash flooding. Hawaii, no matter what, with the stop, hitch, and go, now is in line for a whole lot of moisture. When I checked the models earlier, it was up through Wednesday. And so we have a situation where we have a lot of disasters on our hands with our fellow Americans and our fellow Earthlings. So I highly recommend everyone stay aware, say some prayers, or have good thoughts, because Hurricane Lane has stopped. And so if she sits and spins and spews, there's a water vapor. Right here, there's water vapor. This core right here is an astronomical amount of rain. She has a secondary core behind her. So if she tracks over any of the main islands after sitting, spinning, and pouring a lot of moisture and rain, it could be a disaster. And Hawaii has 1.5 million people on the islands, and they're much farther away, and it will be much more difficult to get them help if need be. And FEMA didn't exactly do a great job. I mean, they even had a report like 2 months ago. You know, we're too busy arguing about politics when FEMA came out and was like, hey, yeah, we reviewed our stuff. We did a really shitty job last year. So now we're going into a hurricane season, which I have been warning, it's probably going to be as bad as last year, if not worse. And now that we're looking at a possibility of our first landfalling American hurricane this year, and with the Atlantic waking up, now is the time to pay attention, get your head in the game, and do what you can to help. Because this situation could get bad. And so we will have seen our 2 islands, Puerto Rico and now Hawaii, undergo major disasters in about a year. Now's the time to help. But just want to let everybody know that I'll stay on top of this roller coaster for you. But it could get bad. Let me take a look at the... Just kind of show you the rain core again of this. This is the European model, and this is the GFS model. This is... Now it has it up to 4.2 inches of rain an hour, which is like 32 inches of rain in one day. And before, when Hawaii got 50 inches of rain in a single day, which happened earlier this year, I said, it sounds like Mother Earth is sweating, just like we sweat when we need to cool ourselves down. And so the volcano will probably erupt. And the Kiluea Volcano erupted. So if we're seeing the exact same sign that made me call and predict eruption, I'm saying, watching Mother Earth, if this GFS model happens, and so the core of the hurricane goes to rest over the volcano itself, and technically I predicted this 3 months ago, that we could see Mother Nature hit Hawaii with a hurricane to cool the volcano down again if she's about to erupt. And so with models spelling that out, it's technically been a prolonged emergency disaster situation in Hawaii for 3 or 4 months. It's just that nobody's really paying attention. So that situation right there is the worst case scenario and would not only be devastating, bring anywhere from 50, 60, possibly 70 inches of rain, but it would also probably signal a volcano eruption in the future, which might be bigger than the last one. And it looks like this is going to be a multi-day event. So everybody stay cool. Let's stay on top of this. But this should be the day that everybody wakes up from their political fantasies and realizes it doesn't matter if you're in Puerto Rico, Hawaii, the middle of America, West Coast, East Coast. West Coast is on fire. You know, so we've had Puerto Rico devastated. The fires in the West are breaking records. Where you've had like, what is it now, 8 of the top 20 fires in California history have happened this year. And that's just one state. So you got, now it looks like an ongoing major disaster in Hawaii. You had a major disaster in Puerto Rico where over 1,000 people died. You got the West having one of the worst fire situations. So now is not the time to be fighting over politics. Not when our house is divided on fire and drowning. Now's the time to unite. People, okay? God bless everyone. I will keep you guys posted. Stay cool. And please, send all good thoughts, prayers, songs, and chants you can to the people in Hawaii. Stay cool.